One of the latest candidates to throw his hat into Chicago's mayor's race is already familiar to many voters on Chicago's North Side. Congressman Mike Quigley has represented the 5th District in Congress since 2009 when he won a special election to replace future Mayor Rahm Emanuel, and he's also on the ballot to retain that seat. He joins me now live, as you see, this morning. Good morning, Congressman. Thanks for being here.
Good to be back. Thank you.
In January, when Senator Dick Durbin retires, you are set to become the dean of the Illinois congressional delegation. So why, if you're reelected, why give that up to run for mayor?
Yeah, look, I love this city. When I speak to constituents, I hear the same thing. They love this city, but they're concerned. We're facing a real crisis here. It is a city in crisis, a fiscal crisis, homeless crisis is dealing with public housing, crisis dealing with how people feel safe on the streets. It's hard to watch a city dealing with a structural deficit, dealing with pensions higher than 44 other states, and not want to do something.
You have stated that one of your top priorities would be dealing with the city's finances, and one way you would do that would be by reducing in spending, in part returning the city workforce to pre-pandemic levels. How else would you reduce spending? Because I know that you've also mentioned you would not reduce the size of the police department.
Look, we have a structural deficit for a reason. When I was a county commissioner...
And a pension crisis.
A pension crisis, again. We have more pension debt than 44 states. We're funded at a level where any blip in the economy, we could be insolvent. We could be unable to meet those requirements. And the people who earn those pensions deserve them.
So how would you else would you reduce spending?
I think what you got to do is, when I was a county commissioner, I wrote detailed reports about how to streamline, consolidate, and reform government to make it more efficient. With a smaller workforce, this is simply what we're going to have to do. When it comes to our pensions, the easy part is going to be consolidation. The more complicated part, because of our state's constitution, is sitting down with our union partners and saying, no one wants to take your pensions away, but they may not be solvent. We are going to have to work together to come to conclusions.
It is going to take more than reducing the city's workforce, though, to take care of the fiscal deficit that the city continually faces.
Well, long term, it's a start. When you reduce the workforce and you move forward with more efficient ways of delivering services, you are ending that. You're ending the structural deficit. So we have the structural deficit. We have the pension crisis. Restructuring our pensions, restructuring our workforce is a first start. The last thing we should do is start with revenues. Right now, we're in a bent where every time there's a $120 million deficit shortfall like we're in right now, they say, okay, what new taxes can we impose? That has to be the last resort.
And property taxes, too, which is a whole other conversation, and maybe when you come back we can talk about property taxes. But I want to ask you, it's already a crowded field, and there are several candidates, including Susana Mendoza, George Cardenas, that are considered moderates, more moderates like yourself. So why would you be the best moderate candidate, in your opinion, of course, to take on the progressive Mayor Brandon Johnson, among others, if, of course, the mayor runs again? You
know, I think we all have our progressive bona fides. I'm in the LGBTQ Hall of Fame. I have a 95% union voting record. At the same time, I'm fiscally responsible. Best indicator of future performance is past behavior, right? I'm the first one that said Biden has to step down. For 10 years, I led the reform movement at the Cook County Board, taking on my own party. I was with Obama, only one of 20 to be with him on the trade deal. I have made really tough choices. And I will tell you, this is the last job I want. The next mayor has to know that they have to risk a second term by making tough choices.
All right, Congressman Mike Quigley, unfortunately, we are out of time, but I hope we can have you back again as we get closer to the February election, and thanks so much for being here.
Anytime, thank you.
I appreciate it. And don't forget, you can watch our full campaign launch interviews with Susana Mendoza, George Cardenas, Lisa Nee, and Matthew Brewer on CBSChicago.com.